welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Sparkles. I think you're going to be able to listen the tiredness of me today, basically. So let's start with just talking about the week, pretty much. So yesterday, oh my God, no, not yesterday. Okay, no, wait. My mind again is in shambles. I hope I can make coherent, thoughts and stuff, but I'm gonna try. I'm really, really gonna try. Okay, I am starting this video with a section already halfway done. I would say about 40% done. I would say that I have about 60% done. And that is because today I was actually able to diamond paint a little bit while at my work because, usually the mornings is when it is a little bit more hectic. And yeah, I'm gonna start diamond painting right away. A little bit more hectic. So today, all the way from, I would say, like my work is from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. And from, I would say 1 p.m. or something, it was really, really chill. So the entire time, I had a video call or whatever with one of my coworkers that I have a really great relationship with. We're both new in this place, so it's quite cool. And yeah, well, we were talking just about, getting to know each other a little bit better. I was able to diamond paint in the meantime. And yes, we had to do like a few tasks here and there, but like it was like a quick 5 minutes and then there was nothing else to do. So I was able to do that. Usually when those moments happened for the past 3.5 weeks, I had been completing my order for my small business. But you guys, I have great news. That order has been completed already, and that order also basically I was paid by that already. So that is great news. So since Wednesday, I've been able to if I have free time, I just diamond paint. But let's go back a little bit in time and let's start with the weekend. So last week's video, I uploaded it on Saturday. I think it was around noon my time, and I'm in Central Time. But I recorded it on Friday, just as I finished my shift on Friday. So the next day, like the day that it was uploaded, into like posted more than, because I uploaded it before I left it scheduled, I had my best friend's bachelorette party. And when I say best friend, I mean best friends. We've been best friends. We've known each other for 20 years now. Like, I am 30. We've known each other and we've been best friends since we're 5 years old. So, like, yeah. She is like my, oh, I'm sorry. I am expecting, oh wow, that was a really weird voice shift. I'm expecting for you to, hear a little yawning here and there, and I'm really sorry, but, I have to record this now. If not now, I don't know when I'm going to be able. I'm going to get to there in a little. So yeah, she's my best friend, and she had her bachelorette party. She's getting married really soon, and I am so happy for her because her fiance, they met actually when we were 15, and her fiance was 21, I think. So at that time, the gap was significant. It was 5 years. Wait, 7? No. We were 15. Yes, wait. Yeah, we were 15 and he was 21. And my best friend really liked him, but he, of course, was like not interested. For him, I think we were just these little tiny girls, I mean, not me. I don't think he knew of me, but and they met, basically, they both liked a music band or group or whatever, and he was like the creator and director, sort of the official fan group here in my city and specifically in the country. So my best friend got to know him through there because she was like very, very into this group. But you know, this guy at the time, I just remember telling me like, oh, I spoke to him and we talked about this and that and the music and blah 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 and all that. And you know, at the moment I was like, oh yes, you're gonna get married, he's the love of your life. But you know, of course, that's what I thought in that moment. That's what we thought, imagined. But I mean, we were delusional. We were like 15 and he was 21 or something. I just think the age gap is 5 or 6 years. But that's where my brain goes. Wait, no, that's a lie. We were 17 and he was 23. Yes, we were 17 and he was 23. So, you know, it was, it could not happen. It really couldn't happen because the age gap at that time, it was really considerable. We were minors and yeah, not happening. So I remember that, you know, after a while, they just spoke every now and then and that was it. And my best friend actually went out with a boyfriend for about 8 years or so, but that relationship was just as toxic as can be. Of course, I'm not going to get into details, but so insanely toxic. Oh, I thought someone was at the door. Yeah, as I said, insanely toxic. And they broke up and everything. And a little after my best friend broke up with that toxic boyfriend, by this time, they just, to my understanding, they just talked like, you know, just hi through Facebook once every few weeks or months, something like that, like very sparsely. And when she broke up with her toxic boyfriend, they kind of started talking again about a month or two later. And after that, you know, at the time, my best friend was already like 26 or something. Like we were 26 or something. Is it 26 or 25? No, I would say we're about 26 because I would say 26 or even 27. I don't even remember. So, you know, if we were 26, he was already like 31 or something. So it was not a big deal. You know, the age gap, even though it's the same amount of years, maturity wise, the brain and everything, it was much more appropriate, I would say. So they started talking and all of that, and they just clicked. And one thing led to the other. They became boyfriend and girlfriend. And about 2.5 years later, they went to a vacation to Finland because that band that they both love is from Finland. And they went and he proposed. Pretty much he proposed in Finland, which it was like a dream for her. And now she's getting married. And that was, I think, I think it was like around March or something of last year. And she's getting married in June of this year. So yeah, I went to her bachelorette party and they're the cutest. I mean, when I see them together, they're just the cutest. He's like kind of, you know, the definition, when someone is described as a gentle giant, that's the vibe I get from him. Like, he's really tall and big. You know, he's big in size, both in stature and in size, as in body size. And you just, like, he's not intimidating at all. And then, of course, whenever he looks at my best friend, it's just the fluffiest thing ever. Like, something surreal, to be honest. So yeah, it was really cute, and that happened on Saturday. So there was that. I got back from there, and my boyfriend had gone somewhere. Oh yes, my boyfriend had gone to his grandma's birthday. But when I got back home, he was already here, so we just spent the rest of the day pretty much chilling. I don't remember if I diamond painted that day, like afterwards. I might have done a little bit, I don't really remember, but yeah, that was a pretty chill Saturday and a very important one for me. And then on Sunday, what did we do on Sunday? Did we have lunch with his mom? Oh my God, you know, I cannot even remember. Oh no, I don't think we did. No. We, Jesus, I cannot remember for the life of me. But I mean, it's nothing memorable, I guess. So that's why I don't remember. I'm blanking completely on Sunday. But then again, no, I think on Sunday he went with some friends like during the evening, and I took advantage of that and recorded some videos here for the channel. Those videos already went up, by the way. Well, 2 of them, and I have another one that it's really long, and I have been procrastinating a little bit in editing, but I think I'm gonna edit this weekend because I think I'm gonna have a few gaps of free time where that's the only thing I'm going to be able to do. I'm not gonna be even diamond painting because I'll get there in a minute. But yeah, I think I'm gonna be editing that on the weekend, and hopefully I am crossing my fingers that tomorrow I can record at least 1 video so I can have like 2 videos ready for next week. But next week is gonna be interesting in terms of videos. At least I already finished my order, and I know that I can dedicate like the time after work, I can dedicate it to diamond painting and videos, you know, recording and editing and everything, because, you know, for the past for the past 4 weeks now, well, 3.5 weeks, oh gosh, my life has been, it's felt like a really long day, because you know, I started a new job and I got this huge order, and from Monday to Friday, basically what I did was I woke up at 6 and got ready and prepared my coffee and prepared breakfast, and then from 7 to 4 I was at work, and I had an hour of lunch, but I usually didn't have lunch at that time because I prefer to eat you know, when my shift ends, like until 4 p.m. because I don't know, I don't get hungry, and for me, whenever I eat, it would usually be later the day, like 2 or 3 p.m. But my lunch usually falls under like 5. I mean, no, not 5. Under like what? 11 or 12. So it's too early for me. So in those times, what I would be doing is either I sometimes took a nap because I was really exhausted, or most of the times I just worked on my order, basically. And then I came back to work, and then for the rest of the shift until 4 p.m. my time, I worked, and in every single like dull moment, like the one that I told you at the beginning of the video, like these kind of dead moments where there's nothing much to be done, you're just waiting for updates from, you know, the people around you, or from the task that you delegated, delegated because the tasks have to be delegated. It's not in my position to do them. So yeah, in those dead little times, or during calls where I was just supposed to be maybe training and looking at some stuff, I would be pretty much doing my order items from my order. And so even doing that, it took me 3.5 weeks to finish, but I finished, I get paid, and that's amazing, because it's really surreal to get paid that amount of money for something that I did with my own hands. You know, it's something really cool. And the money is actually enough to cover the rent for this month, which I cannot believe it. That's really cool. I don't think I'm gonna be doing much of those for now, unless I have, like, again, a special order like this. But yeah, my days would look like that. I would work from 7 to 4, And then from 4 to usually 4:30 or 5, depending on how tired I ended, I would have some lunch and then just lay a little bit in bed, you know, just to rest a little. My back usually hurts quite badly whenever I end my shift. And I just want to lay flat pretty much. So then either 4:30 or 5, depending if I took this, you know, this laying down moment or not, I would just immediately start doing backs. So from 4:30 or 5 up until 9:30, I would be just sitting down doing back. Oh, this is, oh, shit. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Doing backs. I mean, backs. I do backs. That's the item that I do handmade. So I would be doing that like non-stop. And then at 9:30 or so, I would have dinner. And then at 10:15, I would go back to, you know, doing this order for another hour and a half, 2 hours. And I, sometimes a little more. And I would finish that at around, I don't know, 11 or 11:30. And then I would go straight to bed, like really straight to bed. And I would go straight to bed, and again, next day, wake up at 6 and do the entire routine all over again. And there were a few times, that's why I didn't diamond paint it at like almost at all. In the weekdays, during the weekdays, there were a few times where I definitely was able to squeeze in, I was able to definitely squeeze in a few, sometimes even an hour, but usually 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, etc. Just because I needed some diamond painting. Like, honestly, I was really pushing myself with that order, but I needed also the money from that order, and I had already committed. So I had to be able to deliver on the terms that, you know, were agreed upon. And with that, I am really strict with myself. I mean, I try to not push too much my boundaries, but at the same time, I know it's gonna be a short-term thing and it's not gonna be forever. So I think it's okay in those cases just to push myself and just go ahead and do it. So that's what I would do. And during the weekends, usually what would happen is that on Friday, as soon as my shift ended, I would just pretty much end my shift and record my WIP and CHAT for that week. I would record my WIP and CHAT, and of course diamond paint while doing the WIP and CHAT. And for a little, like an extra hour or an hour and a half, I would keep diamond painting for that day. But then at night, around, I don't know, I would say 7 or almost 8, I would go back to making the products, and I would be done again at 11:30, 12, a little later for the weekends. And so it was really exhausting. And even though on Friday I didn't go to bed that late, I would just sleep in so much. And that only is because, of course, I was exhausted. So, oh my God, I'm having like I'm like kind of burping a lot. I'm sorry. Oh God, I think it's because I had Chinese, and I have like reflux whenever I eat Chinese. Well, not always, but sometimes when I eat Chinese, I have reflux. So, what was I saying? I completely forgot. Oh yeah, so on Saturdays, what I would be doing is I would wake up around 10 or something, but I would stay in bed for a little bit, and I would say that around noon, I would start like doing something. Usually it was like the mornings or up until 4. Oh, I am so sorry. Up until 4 or 5. Oh shit, what did I do? Is this here? Oh my God, please don't tell me I put the drill in the wrong place. I mean, whenever this is small of a section, I think it's not really important, but the difference in color is pretty stark. So I don't like it. Like in comparison, this is the colors that I'm mixing up. Jesus, I'm sorry. I mean, not sorry, but it's fine, I guess. Where was I? Oh yeah, so on Saturday, what I would do, I would try to alternate between diamond painting or diamond painting related stuff like videos and everything, and my duty, if you will, which were the products that I was making at the time. So I spent all Saturday and Sunday in this kind of loop of diamond painting and recording / editing videos, and then it would move forward to making products for the remaining of the day. Usually that would be, or vice versa. Whenever I would start in the mornings doing these products, I would say, okay, I'm gonna just be doing this like a regular schedule from a job. So at 4 or 5 I would end, and just the rest of the day I would be diamond painting. So that's how I managed, and that was basically what I did for 3.5 weeks. So I felt that I didn't feel the days passing. I don't know if I'm gonna explain myself, but I just felt like everything was like this very long day, and I just took like naps in between like times, which was the way I differentiate one day from the other, that I slept something, but it didn't feel like a regular sleep. It felt really, really bad. It felt like I had slept only for like 2 hours or something. So it was really bad. And of course, I have to take into consideration that I have chronic illnesses, and those chronic illnesses make me really, really fatigued, which is not the same as just being tired, because being fatigued is basically no matter what you do, you feel as tired or even more tired. You feel that even if you slept 5, 6, 10, 20 hours, your body doesn't feel rested. And in my experience, it feels like you're just dragging yourself everywhere. It doesn't feel natural. It feels really, really, it's hard to exist in your body. That's the only way I think I could describe it. It feels really hard to exist in your body. So whenever I had like good days when this wasn't as strong of a feeling, I tried to take advantage of it and pretty much do as much as I could. But then again, that the next day or the following days just made it worse. So, and that's something that I know, but I was really trying to just push through it as much as I could. Sometimes I couldn't. Sometimes I just had to say, you know what, I can't. I have to lay in bed. I have to rest. I have to just give myself more grace and time. But as I said, I came victorious towards the end. And yeah, today I'm really tired, but at least I know that is over for now. So, I decided that I was going to post this on Friday, because I really didn't have any other video prepared for Friday. And I want to at least keep my, my Monday, Wednesday, Friday videos, because this Friday, tomorrow, is Mother's Day here in my country. So, after work tomorrow, I'm going to be leaving for my regional, like the city where I am from and where my mom lives. I'm gonna go see her, and I'm going to hang out with her and my sisters, and I'm gonna get there more towards the night time. Oh, Jesus. And she doesn't really know. I haven't told her that I'm gonna go. I want it to be more like of a surprise. But I still have some things to do here. So I think I'm gonna be getting there around, I don't know, 9 p.m. or something. But I want to leave this video ready to go for Friday, and also one for Sunday. So yeah, this was the day where I knew that I wanted to record if I wanted to accomplish that. But right now, it is not just the end of my shift like last week. Right now is, when I started the WIP and CHAT, which was 20 something minutes ago, it was only 7 and 10 minutes or something like that. Because, Jesus, because today, long story short, oh my God, what was that word? I broke my Apple Watch. I should charge it. I forgot. Like, I had forgotten that I went to fix my Apple Watch until I mentioned it right now. But okay, last week I went to I left my Apple Watch to be, I have Apple Care, so I was able to get it replaced because it broke. And so I got the mail yesterday, but it was already 6 something p.m. and no, it was not 6 p.m. It was going to be 6 p.m. But I said, no, if I go right now, the traffic is going to be horrible. I prefer to go tomorrow just as I finish my shift, because I finish at 4, and between 4 and 5, the traffic is not still like really ugly. It's really just regular cars, but at 5:30 or 6, it's when it gets really, really bad. And that's what I decided to do. I finished my shift by 4 p.m. with 6 minutes. I was already going downstairs to my car, and I went in. I got it really quickly. I decided to have lunch there, like late lunch there, because I felt really tired to come back home and cook something. And I really don't eat out really often, so it was fine. I got Chinese food. It was so delicious. I don't know if it was really delicious because it was really delicious, or just because I was really hungry, because I'm not the biggest fan of mall food. I don't know. I just don't feel, it feels different. But I saw it, and it had the shortest line as well, so that was also a contributor. And I ate and everything, and that was it. But then, like, I was ready to leave that place at literally 5:15. And in my brain, I was like, yes, just in time, you rock. That was so good. But then, gosh, here is going to start. Then I went back to the parking lot, and I opened my car. And just as I opened my car, I remember that I have to pay for the parking, and it's not much. It's just like it would be around $2 or something like that, like to USD if I converted. But honestly, I didn't have any cash. The only cash that I had were like I would say the equivalent to $1. So I didn't have anything else available. And there was an option to pay with credit card, but the credit card that you had to use was the credit card from the department store, kind of. So I don't have that, and I'm never gonna have it. So I was like, oh, dang it. So I have to go back into the mall, find my bank, because I'm not about paying commission for taking money out of a bank that it's not my bank. So I go all the way across, the dang thing. I get cash from the ATM, and I happily go back to my car. I pass through the thingy where you pay, and I pay, and everything seems to be fine. And I see that I am closer to an entrance that I had never gone out of. So I said, oh, this is a great time for me to just see, go through another route and get acquainted with this way, this road, whatever. Worst mistake of my life. There was a crazy, ridiculous amount of traffic, and that I do not know why. And I really don't want to rethink about the whole thing and relive it all over, but honestly, the mall that I went to is half a mile from my house. But I decided to go driving because I felt really, really tired. And also because the heat right now, the temperatures are crazy. Like, I don't know how, let me Google it. How many, because I am not entirely sure. Yeah. So we are having 110 Fahrenheit. And that is disgustingly high. Disgusting. So I was not gonna walk. I was not gonna walk to the mall, not in a million years, because of that. And also because, particularly enough, the chronic condition that I have, or at least one of the chronic conditions that I have, can be really affected by heat. So I was wearing compressive socks, and I was wearing like really light clothes, but I knew that walking even half of a mile was going to destroy me. Like, even being in my apartment with air conditioner is, it's unbearable. It's really, really unbearable. So yeah, it's really frustrating because I spent in traffic 55 minutes for half a mile distance. I am not kidding. I swear. I hope I was kidding, but I am not kidding. It was horrible. Like, it was really bad. I even finished my audiobook while I was waiting in traffic. That's how crazy it was. Whenever I'm gonna go out and do something, oh, by the way, these colors that I'm about to pour are 2 colors combined because I just mixed them by accident. So whenever this happens to me, I just leave them there and try to remember which one is which. And in this case, it's really easy because one is fairy dust and one is regulars. And I know that the fairy dust, yeah, I basically know which one is which. So perfect. Okay, let's move on. So where? Oh my God, I forgot where I was. Wow, I forgot where I was. Yes. Okay, so these are going to be placed more like single placing because I need to choose and peek from the tray. But I guess it's okay. It helps relax. So I was saying, let me see if I remember what I was saying because I forgot. I definitely forgot what I was saying. Traffic. Oh geez, my brain. It was something about traffic, right? Half a mile, an hour of traffic. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Whenever I'm doing something, like I go out to groceries or something and I go on my own, I always listen to either music or an audiobook, but usually music is while I'm driving, and then the audiobook is like while I'm doing stuff like grocery shopping or whatever. So while I was in traffic, I said, oh, this is actually a great opportunity for me to finish my audiobook. I only have about an hour left of it. And then I checked and I actually had less than an hour. I had about 48 minutes or something. And so I started it, and I suddenly realized that it was over and I was still in traffic. You know, if there is a perk, at least I finished that audiobook because I think I had been listening to it for about 2 weeks because it's a really, really long audiobook. It was my I don't know how many times reread of Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, and you know, it's the longer in the series. And even though I listened to it at two times speed, it still took me quite a long time to finish it because I usually, whenever I did that, my orders or something, I would not listen to the audiobook. I would be watching YouTube. So I was making really slow progress, but yes, I finished it. I finished it and started another one. And of that other one, I went actually really into it because right when I was getting out of this traffic, I remember that I told my boyfriend that I was going to go and pick some stuff from H-E-B. And thankfully, H-E-B was just like in the way, so it was no problem. But of course, it added some considerable minutes of parking and getting down and going into H-E-B and paying, and then just when I was about to pay, my boyfriend called me and said, "Oh, could you also bring me this?" I don't know, and I was like, "Oh, of course I will." So I went back, and then when I was about to pay again, I found out that the spaghetti sauce, like it was one of the things that I was going for, was like all leaking and it was nasty, so I went back. Ugh. Like something always made me go back to the store part, and that took me, I don't even know how long that took me, but I made a good dent in this new audiobook that I just started. Jesus. But I finally got home. I finally got home at 7 p.m. Like, I left my place thinking that I was just gonna come and go really quickly, that it was gonna take me an hour tops. And yeah, it was an errand that took me 3 hours. So, after that little part of the clip where I was just telling you that an hour-long errand turned out to be 3 hours, my boyfriend got home, and I really get self-conscious when he listens to me like talk about diamond paintings in the videos, because he of course knows that I have a channel, and he's really supportive. Every time that I'm telling him that I'm recording a new video or anything, he is just like, oh, that's great, that's cool. But we are very respectful of our own privacy, and I tell him like, oh, I recorded a video about this or about that, and I just gush with him about it. What was I saying? But yeah, the point is that he knows that I'm a very self-conscious person, and that, you know, because of my background, because of my life story, and he understands that, and he doesn't get like angry or anything. He knows that I'm going to be telling and sharing things at my pace, and that it's not because I don't trust him, but because of my own issues. And he knows more about me than anyone really at this point. There are things that, you know, no one knows but him, including my family, my mom, everybody, because I honestly believe he is my partner in life, like my soul partner, you know what I mean? Like, I love him and he's my boyfriend, but more than a partner as in my love interest, I do believe that our souls are really compatible in that way. We complement each other and we understand each other. But basically, we just spent the rest of the night just chatting, and I decided that I was going to do a voiceover. And, you know, I just kept diamond painting and recording, but I'm going to put this voiceover because I don't think that you want to listen to us rant in Spanish about life and stuff. So, yeah, that's basically it. So, where was I? Going back to what I was saying. Yeah, I got home after 3 hours of an errand, and I started, like, I got home, and what did I do? I think I just arranged something really quickly here in the house and just basically started diamond painting right away. But I wanted to record the video today because, did I say this already? I don't remember, but Mother's Day is on Friday, like tomorrow, but I don't know when I'm going to be able to edit and upload this video. So hopefully I'm going to be able to get it by Friday, but I don't know. I cannot promise anything. I'm not going to drive to my city where I'm going to go to see my mom and my sisters for Mother's Day, but I'm going to go in a bus because I still don't feel comfortable driving in, in the highway. I have been getting really confident with driving just in the city and around, and that's great, but, you know, the high road is still scary for me a little bit. And originally my boyfriend was going to go with me. I mean, I asked him if he wanted to, but he said that he, of course, was going to go and see his mom and with his siblings. And also because on Saturday, like the next day, one of his best friends that doesn't live here, he actually lives in the US, is going to come. And he came like a month ago, and he was not able to get together with him because of, you know, adult stuff. So he made plans with him. So it's great. Yeah, I just wish he had come with me, because we're going to this property that my family has that he has not been in, and it has a really cool pool, and yeah, it's usually really cool and relaxed whenever we go there. But, you know, he's stuck with me forever. I mean, you know, that I say that jokingly. So he's gonna go there eventually, and I haven't got myself there in a while. So I think that's why he has not been there yet. But yeah, So, as I was saying, I was able to finish my book, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. And while I was driving, I mentioned that I started another one. That one, it's been really interesting, really. I listened to a little bit more of it while I was doing some stuff in the house, before I started recording my WIP and CHAT. And it's really, really interesting. It's about a serial killer, basically. And it's this story, it's kind of like the story, not the story of him, but it's a book written by his daughter. And I've seen her a lot around. And she's really kind of out there, pretty much trying to help with the entire situation. So it's really interesting seeing, a person that is capable of doing these things through the eyes of their daughter, which is really, truly so interesting. I don't know exactly the name of it. I don't remember. I am really bad with names, but you can look for like BTK's daughter's name, and I'm sure you're going to be able to find it if you're interested. I'm really interested in those type of topics. Things that have to deal with the human being's psychology has always intrigued me, and I have always found it really fascinating. And that's my interest. That's where my interest for these type of stories, like true crime stories, and also cult stories and backgrounds and story and histories, all more than both stories and histories about the whole thing, really intrigue me because there's this, I don't know how it's the saying exactly, or if it's a parallel of a saying in English speaking countries, but it's basically, I have this sense of you don't believe that all these people are capable of it because you wouldn't be capable of it. And it's so hard to grasp the idea of something so terrible and so horrible that you question a lot, like how can that happen? How can someone get to that point where they think about it, and the thought and the motivations are so strong that you end up just hurting people and, unaliving people. It's something that really, I struggle with it quite a lot. And on the cold side, there's a lot of stories about, unaliving people, but also this hunger for power and control, and it's just so interesting to me. So kind of that is the majority of my books now that I read they fall basically into three categories. The first one, and I'm gonna say it by how long I've been interested in these type of books, not necessarily how frequently I listen to them nowadays, but definitely fantasy is a big thing for me. Like fantasy specifically, like the type of stories that are very intricate, and they have a lot of characters and world setting and all of that. Second to that would be thrillers and mysteries. And I think it is because of my interest of all of these topics in true crime. But then I shifted into audiobooks that are, most of the times, are memoirs of people who have survived this type of situations. Either, family of a certain person, or persons that were part of a cult and survived it, or, everything along those lines. And I this month I have not been able to read that much, both physically and digitally and by audiobook. But I would say that I try to keep a balance in all of those. And another category that I sometimes get a huge deal out of it, like I binge through a lot of those books and then I just step away and do something else and then I go again into a binge mode. It's romance. Like romance, the type of romances that you can visualize them as chick flicks, those are the ones that I love. Like some of them are silly, some of them are just really not make much sense, but I don't really mind at all. I don't really care that much about it, but it's just the silliness, and it's like a kind of a breath of fresh air, because, high fantasy is usually, tragedies happen and wars and stuff like that. And then you go to things that are real life, basically, or inspired in real life, or things that maybe are fictionalized but happen in real life. So I think that's kind of like the result of me going into binge mode on certain things. I have to binge the other types to be able to kind of balance it. So yeah, that's been it. I started that audiobook. I don't have any other book going, but I think I would like to. I want to finish reading like my reread of the Harry Potter books. I would like to finish like before the summer, but I'm not putting any pressure on myself. It's just a thought, you know. I would like to do that, but it's nothing. It's not and I have to do it or not. So yeah, I think that is it for today's video. I am sorry for this different way of ending the video, of a voiceover instead of talking right there while I worked. But, you know, sometimes we have to work with what we have, and it's not always the most ideal circumstances, but as long as we make it work, it's completely fine. So I'm going to try really my best to be able to edit and upload this video on Friday. I doubt it. But if it goes up on Friday, I think it's going to go at night or Saturday morning. Yeah. I hope. I really, really hope. And I have big plans for next week's videos, but I am not entirely sure because not all of it falls into my hands. I am relying on something else, so I would not be exactly sure about that. But hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers. If you don't see anything, then, you know, it happens. It's fine. So this is it for me today, I guess. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I don't know when Mother's Day is in your country, but I know it's really close in many countries. So have a fantastic Mother's Day. And if you don't celebrate it, or, you know, if you celebrate it with a mother figure or, you know, something of the sort, basically pass the day as you feel most comfortable with. And yeah. Again, thank you so much for watching. See you all guys on another video. And don't forget to keep on diamond painting. Bye-bye.